my doctor, yay! Hey guys, so I just had another episode and I just want to tell you tomorrow can't come soon enough. I'm so excited for the surgery and I know tomorrow I'm going to be fixed for good and this is the last time this is going to happen. So, yes. I just want you to know what you guys have done for me.
Tell me what's gotten better.
I'm only 2 weeks out from surgery and my intracranial hypertension is gone. I mean, gone.
Not having those headaches anymore.
I woke up from having you guys cut my head. And I have no headache.
Wonderful. 0
headache since I woke up.
Wonderful.
None. My vision was 50% in my right eye. My vision was 50% lower. My vision now is 20/20 in both eyes. I woke up and I could see.
Wonderful. Shows how much contact you were having with the brainstem there.
I woke up and I could see, you know, and then, so the intracranial hypertension, let's see, what other symptoms does that give me?
When you stand up, are you noticing less tachycardia and POTS symptoms? Have you noticed a change there?
100%.
Okay.
The only thing I have is pain from the surgery. Everything is completely gone. I'm right now, if I were to still have the POTS or the autonomic dysfunction, sitting in this wheelchair right now, for this as long as I've been sitting straight up, I would not be able to be sitting here. The only thing I have right now is the pain from the operation.
Before surgery, you were having a lot of numbness and tingling in the arms and legs.
Gone.
Wonderful.
I have 0 numbness and tingling in my arms and legs. The biggest thing is I had with my left leg, I could not lift my left leg up. I couldn't lift it up. I could lift it.
Fantastic.
My strength was, my left leg was completely just deteriorated, almost like I had a stroke. They diagnosed me with a stroke.
You lost a lot of muscle there. I mean, you can tell.
You can tell, but I could not lift my leg. I can't lift my leg up like this. I couldn't do this at all. This is 0. And my sensation was completely equal on both sides. My whole left side was completely numb.
Was it more left? More
it was
than
all
right?
It was all left-sided.
Was it? Okay.
When I had what they thought, when the EMTs came and got me and they thought I was having a stroke, my whole left side went completely flaccid, and then at that point I was completely paralyzed from whatever happened with my neck. I guess maybe it subluxed. And it paralyzed me completely, and the EMTs were gonna life flight me out and to the hospital, and they put a collar on me, and because my head just fell over. When they put a collar on me and they laid me down and they got me to the hospital, my sensation, started to come back, but I was completely paralyzed.
Because the collar probably.
Probably the collar is what helped me, and I couldn't feel them putting IVs in my arms or anything. I was completely paralyzed. I couldn't feel them putting anything in my arms. And And I woke up from this surgery, from this, what is the surgery? I want to make sure I get that specific part right.
It's a occipital to C3 fusion. So the occiput is the base of the skull right here, and then we go down to the third cervical vertebra.
Okay, and so that surgery, I woke up and the sickness that I have constantly, it's constant nausea, constant. I had this sick feeling. I don't know how to describe it besides I just felt green. I just felt so sick all the time. And it was gone the minute I woke up from the surgery. I had a little bit of nausea from anesthesia.
Sure.
But I was so significantly better. Waking up from that major surgery, I was better than beforehand. I just woke up, I could see, I had my legs feel the same on both sides, my arms feel the same on both sides. My strength, I haven't done any kind of, I haven't done anything.
You haven't had PT or anything? Like that?
No, my strength just came back. I know I'm still weak and I have a lot of work to do, but I woke up and I was cured. This surgery cured me. And I've been in bed for years. We have 2 daughters. We have a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old. And the only time I got to spend with them was when they would come lay with me in bed at nighttime. And that was it. And they haven't seen me yet. They came down before the surgery and spent time with me, but of course I was so sick I couldn't even get out of bed and do anything.
Sure.
And
while you've been up now, have you noticed an improvement in your balance?
I'm gonna show
obviously
you.
coordination looks
I'm gonna
better.
put my mask on so I can get closer to you.
Here, I'm gonna walk. I don't want you to roll right here.
But I want you to see. You gotta have to help me with my balance. My balance is off. So you're gonna have to pull my there. But that's just because of my surgery. That's nothing else. But I can walk. It's the you're gonna have to hold on to me just so I don't fall over. But I can walk.
I'm thrilled.
And
without passing out.
You're not feeling it.
No, it's gone. It's just,
Wonderful. We'll get some muscle back in that calf.
Yeah, but it's gone. Can I give you a hug or no?
Please? Yeah, of course.
You guys have given me my life back. You've given me my life back. Instantly.
Could I take the collar off and look at your incision?
Oh, absolutely. So.
It looks like it's healing very well. I wouldn't put any kind of creams or anything on it. I like it to stay dry right now while it's healing. Obviously it can be wet. You can shower. It can, no problem there. Shampoo can hit it. That's okay. Just kind of pat it dry. Don't scrub it for the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Over the next 2 weeks, those stitches will fall out.
Okay.
Could I see I want to see your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Real loose like this.
Loose.
Okay. So before surgery, because of the compression of the base of the brain and the spine, your hands were very jumpy, is what I saw documented. So that reflex has improved. So that shows the pressure's off. So that's wonderful.
Yeah. So they said that when I went to the neurologist, my reflexes were too fast.
It's from this.
Was from this. So now my reflexes have improved.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a window into the spine. That shows us how things are going. So that's wonderful that I see that. That's very specific for spinal cord right here. Okay.
Yeah.
So that I take that as a good sign. There's very few things aside from what you tell me that I can look at and say, okay, good, we're moving in the right direction. And that's always a very positive one for me.
If anybody else that I can help direct your way, they're telling people there's no cure for this stuff. And I've been in bed for years. And I'm gonna get to go home and I'm gonna get to hug my kids while I'm standing up. Just amazing. And you know, I mean, it's just like people don't have to suffer. They don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can, you know, hear these stories.
It means a lot that you guys share that knowledge.
They don't have to suffer. Like there's no one that could have told me. I had to research and research and research, and the only reason, and this was a miracle. The only reason that I even saw, this is just a miracle. The only reason that I even saw Dr. Patel was because I happened to have a
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. All these neurological symptoms, so I was like, let me just do some research and check into that, and I found Dr. Patel.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually came down here not even for
I didn't know that.
Not even for the and he took one look at me, and he said, I'm gonna go check your MRIs, but I think I have some good news for you, and I think I know what's wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so he took one look, just how I presented.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw me, I wasn't even sitting up back there. I had to be reclined.
Mm-hmm.
And so he came back and blew my mind. He said, well, I know what's wrong with you. You know, this is what I think, but we're going to do some more imaging
Mm-hmm.
to back that up. He sent me straight down to get my imaging, and right on the imaging it said, okay, you're subluxing on C2 to C3, like right there.
Yeah.
Just because then I started listening to all of his podcasts, his medical podcasts, which are amazing.
Dr. Patel has podcasts.
He
I
has.
had no idea.
He has. He has. I don't know what their podcasts. He has. Podcast is probably the wrong word.
Lecture, yeah.
He has lectures
Okay.
that
Yeah.
have been filmed.
Okay.
So I started listening to all of his lectures,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, this makes so much sense. Why are other doctors doing this? I don't understand. And it's because I know Ehlers Danlos is rare, but there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people in these support groups that have no hope. That, you know, my health was going downhill so fast, so rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought I was going to die, and I may have at one point. I mean, I think you guys saved my life, because there was one point where I was paralyzed.
But it's the constellation that it creates. The weakness, the time in bed, the lack of appetite, the nausea, your body gets weak. So everything builds from there, you know?
Right.
So that's the snowball rolling downhill. It starts here. Now, subluxing your neck won't truly kill you, but it's all the effects from that and the overall issue that, you know, can make somebody very ill.
Yeah, and then complications upon complications.
Exactly.
I had the gastroparesis.
Mm-hmm.
My stomach is 100% better.
Well, that's even with the pain medicine. That's good.
That is with the pain medicine, but I have no pain. Like
Mhm.
I was having terrible gastric pain every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible gastric pain. I mean, like, I'm sure it's not usual to wake up and have that much of a drastic, and I know in my mind, back in my mind, I was like, okay, well, I've had a lot of surgeries, so I know surgeries take time to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And I was totally, you know, in my head, I was prepared, you know, to even heal over a year and maybe just get some things back. No way was I like, I'm just gonna wake up and I'm so much better than I was prior to surgery that I know I had surgery, but like, it's like, I'm so much better.
Because you needed it, you know, you needed it.
Yeah.
And you're doing exceptionally. I mean, I'm thrilled with how well you're doing. I can't wait to tell Dr. Patel.
Me either. I know. Give him a huge hug for me, because
because there's everybody heals on a spectrum, right? And you're doing fantastic, and then the next person I'll meet, I'm having to reassure them, just like you said. I'm saying give it time, give it months, 3 months for the nervous system to heal. But none of that's predictable.
No.
I love it when we have a situation like yours, but I think you're doing wonderful. I'm thrilled.
Thank you. And yes, and like, telling them like, I was expecting to have that. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have some healing over the because I watched all of his stuff so I was expecting over the next year to have some healing, and then a little bit more healing, and then even from year 1 to 2, I was expecting maybe to have even a little bit more healing there. But if this is where I'm starting, like I'm like, I can picture myself. I haven't driven in years. I haven't driven a car in years. Like, I'm picturing myself driving and being able to do things with my children. And we have a live-in au pair because I haven't been able to care for our children. Like, it's just.
You got a lot to look forward to again.
I have.
Thank God.
I have hope again, and that the only thing that I was living for before was my family, because for me it was just like so painful every day. It was so sick. Like, I even got up for even however long, and I would, start throwing up. Before I was bedridden, I was throwing up every day, and then when I realized what was wrong, one thing we were able to do that I know a lot of people aren't able to do, but I have the best support system in the whole world, and my husband, my mom, and my just everybody, but my husband, he's a pilot, and he flew me all over the nation to because I couldn't fly up, I couldn't sit upright in a regular plane. I had to be reclined. So he flew me to Texas to go to special POTS clinics there. He flew me to the Vanderbilt to the autonomic. So I went to the best of the best of the best, and I went to the autonomic hospital there, to Vanderbilt University, and he flew me, where else, honey?
Atlanta.
Atlanta, the Mayo Clinic in Rochester. Flew me all over the nation, and I'm just so lucky that we have the ability to do that. But the people that don't have the ability to do that, that's why I want to get this out there and tell people, like, look, you don't have to live this way. Like, you can fix this if this is what you have. If you have this, if you have Ehlers Danlos and you have this instability in your neck, and which can be done, these tests can be done, and to know if you have this or not, it's a yes or no thing.
We want to grow our kind of remote telehealth side of this, because there's so many people that can't travel, that are impaired, that need evaluation. We're just limited by the laws right now, but we're trying to find our way around it, because it would help so much if people didn't have to make so many trips, and we could. So we're working on that, but it's wonderful.
And there's a company called angelflights.com.
Heard of them.
And my husband's friend, he takes his own time and he flies these people to their patients, to these appointments, and so he flew me down here, so we were able to utilize them, and and so I am going to be doing everything I can. If there's whatever patients allow you to tell me, like if they're having trouble getting here, I can point them in the right direction. If they're,
it's
anything.
always good to have somebody that can talk to people about the experience. That's always something people always say. Okay, who can I talk to? So I'm gonna keep that in mind if you'd be willing.
Absolutely. Like, not only talk to people, like anything I can do, anything I can do to help people get to the right place, get here. If this, if this is what they have, I mean, it's it. I mean, this is like, I woke up and I was cured. I mean, this surgery cured me, and I've been in bed for years. This is just a miracle.
Yay! You did it!
I did it. She went.
I'm so excited. I love you so much.